Across the infinite tapestry of space, there exists a realm where precision and ancient laws govern every star, planet, and being. Entire civilizations are built on unyielding foundations of discipline and structure. In this cosmic arena, each society moves in perfect synchrony, every decision dictated by time-tested protocols, every action a measured step in an age-old design. Uniformity is revered as the highest virtue, ensuring progress and stability. Yet amid this immaculate order, one force stands apart, a species whose nature defies conformity and thrives on spontaneity and relentless innovation. Humanity, with its legacy of tumultuous history and triumphant achievements, is an anomaly in this meticulously ordered universe, a force defined by its willingness to challenge established norms and an unquenchable thirst for discovery that turns every setback into an opportunity for greatness. From the earliest days when survival depended on the ingenuity of simple tools and the courage to explore the unknown, humanity has charted a course that diverges sharply from predictable obedience. The chronicle of humankind is written in bold strokes of unexpected breakthroughs and audacious experiments. Against overwhelming odds, pioneers shattered the constraints of their environment, crafting innovations that propelled civilization forward. This spirit of audacity is woven into the very fabric of human identity, a constant reminder that progress is born not from the safe embrace of routine, but from the willingness to embrace risk and challenge convention. Every epoch, every pivotal moment, has demonstrated that the courage to defy expectation has been the catalyst for evolution, turning fragile beginnings into mighty legacies. In contrast to societies that adhere strictly to immutable protocols, humanity's essence is characterized by unpredictable dynamism and boundless resourcefulness. While the cosmic architects of order rely on established patterns and precise execution, human endeavor flourishes in the realm of the unexpected. An intrinsic drive to innovate, to question, and to reimagine what is possible has allowed the species to adapt to ever-changing circumstances. Every discovery, every invention, stands as a testament to a collective will that refuses to be confined by limitations imposed by rigid doctrines. Celebrating the beauty of imperfection and the power of spontaneity, humanity has repeatedly shown that true excellence often requires the courage to stray from the beaten path. This defiant spirit transforms obstacles into stepping stones, forging a legacy of creativity and resilience that shines as a beacon in a universe dominated by order. Yet the civilizations that embody unwavering structure hold a starkly different view of existence. Their societal constructs are built on the belief that order and uniformity are the keys to harmony and progress. In their carefully engineered worlds, every aspect of life is a calibrated process, and deviations from the norm are viewed as disruptions to a flawless system. Their technologies and social structures operate with such precision that little room remains for the unpredictable bursts of creativity that define humanity. To them, the human approach is not a source of strength, but an unpredictable variable, a wild card that threatens a balance they have so painstakingly maintained. In their eyes, every divergence is a potential risk, a deviation from the path that promises stability. This rigid worldview values predictability above all, finding comfort in routine while casting aside the transformative potential of daring innovation. Within the interplay of certainty and chaos, a subtle undercurrent of inevitability begins to form, a silent prelude to a confrontation written into the fabric of cosmic destiny. The clash between meticulously ordered civilizations and the unrestrained, inventive nature of humanity is not merely a theoretical divergence, but a tangible force poised to reshape existence. The structured societies see the human propensity for deviation as a challenge to their established order, a disruption demanding correction. Yet, hidden within this very challenge lies a profound paradox. The qualities deemed aberrant by the keepers of cosmic order are precisely those that have enabled humanity to survive and flourish in the harshest environments. In the unpredictable chaos of human endeavor exists an unmatched capacity for adaptation and reinvention, a quality that offers a distinct advantage against the relentless rigidity of structure. This unexpected strength, born of defiance and ingenuity, promises to transform what many dismiss as a flaw into a formidable asset. Every milestone in human history has been achieved by embracing the unknown and daring to innovate when conventional wisdom urged caution. The narrative of this species is a continuous testament to the power of audacity and the relentless pursuit of a better future. In a universe where conformity is the norm and deviation is met with swift retribution, the human spirit emerges as a defiant force that refuses to be constrained. It is a spirit that values each misstep as a lesson, each risk as a gateway to discovery, and every act of rebellion as a spark for change. In the vast expanse of space, where ancient orders have long ruled, humanity's insatiable desire to explore, create, and challenge remains a powerful reminder that true progress often arises from the unanticipated. In the quiet interplay of cosmic forces, the stage is set for an inevitable collision between two fundamentally different ways of existence. The careful, methodical order of alien civilizations is destined to meet the wild, unbridled energy of human innovation. This convergence promises both transformation and conflict, a moment when the steadfast adherence of protocol will be tested against the unpredictable genius of a people who have long thrived in the face of adversity. The tension of impending change builds silently, as the legacy of human defiance prepares to alter the balance of a universe that has known only the measured cadence of uniformity. There is an undeniable majesty in the relentless pursuit of progress, a stark beauty in the acceptance that innovation requires risk, and profound strength and capacity to transform chaos into opportunity. This is the essence of humanity, a force that defies the confines of conventional order and redefines the boundaries of possibility. Every step taken into the unknown, every act of creative defiance, reaffirms the place of this extraordinary species as a beacon of hope in a cosmos that prizes conformity. As the forces of order and spontaneity draw ever closer, the promise of a new era, illuminated by the indomitable human spirit, emerges on the horizon. It is a future where the legacy of defiance and relentless curiosity will reshape the very fabric of existence, proving that thriving in the face of adversity is not only possible, but essential for the evolution of life itself. In the vast expanse where ancient laws and calculated order once reigned supreme, the unyielding spirit of humanity now writes a new chapter, one defined by its extraordinary capacity to embrace uncertainty, to see opportunity in chaos, and to transform every challenge into a step toward greatness. A distant rumble vibrates through the cosmos as an immense force breaches the fabric of silence. An armada, sleek and cold in precision, advances with unwavering purpose. Every vessel moves in calculated synchronicity, a manifestation of millennia of order and discipline. The very presence of this force exudes authority, a decree etched in the language of conformity and absolute control. As the alien emissaries glide into view, their approach is methodical, their formations flawless. There is an unmistakable certainty in their every maneuver, a testament to civilizations where chaos is banished by design. The calculated hum of their engines reverberates like a herald of impending change, a reminder that in this vast universe, there are powers that do not tolerate deviation. Their arrival is both awe-inspiring and foreboding, an undeniable signal that the old order has come to assert its unyielding will. Amidst this orchestrated incursion, humanity responds with a blend of bewilderment and unanticipated defiance. There is no hesitance in the collective heartbeat of a species that has long flourished on unpredictability and relentless innovation. While the alien mandate speaks in tones of inevitability and precision, human reaction is a vivid counterpoint, a spontaneous surge of unconventional thinking and raw, untamed energy. Rather than capitulate to the rigid edicts, humanity surveys the intruders with a mix of incredulity and a spark of challenge. In every whispered conversation and every quickened pulse, there emerges a determination to reframe the situation not as a threat, but as an opportunity to prove that divergence from the norm is not a weakness, but an advantage. The reaction is not one of chaotic panic, but rather a measured, instinctive defiance born of centuries of thriving on the margins of expectation. It is a quiet, resolute rebellion, a refusal to let the alien decree define the very nature of existence. As time ticks inexorably forward, a palpable tension weaves itself through the fabric of space. The alien force, unaccustomed to the unpredictable spirit of humanity, finds itself confronting a series of responses that defy its systematic logic. Skirmishes erupt in the margins of understanding, a series of brief, incisive clashes where precision of alien tactics meets the improvisational brilliance of human ingenuity. Every encounter is a microcosm of a larger struggle, the order of an ancient, meticulously calibrated regime pitted against the spontaneous, adaptive spirit of a species that has always found strength in its willingness to innovate. The very air seems charged with anticipation as humanity employs unorthodox maneuvers that blur the lines of conventional engagement. What begins as isolated incidents soon escalates into a broader challenge. A breaking point where the meticulous planning of the invaders is undermined by unexpected counters. The tension is not merely a clash of arms or wills. It is a collision of fundamentally different philosophies. Where one side adheres to a script written in certainty, the other writes its own lines in the heat of the moment. Each move a defiant statement against the tyranny of absolute order. In the midst of this mounting pressure, a subtle yet unmistakable shift occurs, a transformation that reveals the true strength of humanity's unconventional methods. The calculated precision of the alien force, so long believed to be invincible, begins to waver under the relentless onslaught of human innovation. Strategies that once seemed foolproof now crumble when confronted with unexpected ingenuity. A series of decisive maneuvers, swift, unpredictable, and executed with an almost intuitive flair, start to tip the scales. Humanity's approach is not born of chaos for its own sake. It is the art of adaptation, of turning every setback into a strategic advantage. The invaders, accustomed to a world where every outcome is predetermined, find themselves at a loss when faced with force that thrives on breaking free from a mold. In these critical moments, the inherent resilience and creative problem-solving of humankind shine through a startling clarity. The alien confidence, built on unassailable logic and unyielding order, meets its match in the raw, adaptive power of human determination. Each unexpected maneuver reinforces a simple truth. When faced with rigid protocols, the human spirit will always find a way to redefine the battlefield. This evolution of resistance is both swift and profound. The invaders, now grappling with a reality they never anticipated, witness firsthand the transformative power of a species that has long embraced imperfection. No longer are the human responses mere acts of defiance. They are calculated innovations, brilliant sparks of creativity that illuminate a path forward. It is in these moments of high tension that humanity's advantage becomes undeniable. Every improvised tactic, every bold decision made in the heat of conflict, adds another layer to a strategy that is as fluid as it is unpredictable. What was once seen as mere disarray is now recognized as the very essence of survival, a dynamic force that continually evolves in the face of adversity. The alien commanders, accustomed to a universe defined by order, struggle to reconcile their expectations with the emergent reality of human resilience. In the relentless rhythm of battle, it becomes clear that the strength of this invader lies not in its inflexible doctrines, but in its capacity to be outmaneuvered by a species that thrives in the spaces between certainty and spontaneity. The confrontation reaches a crescendo as every calculated move by the alien force is met with an equal measure of human ingenuity. There is a moment, a critical juncture where the scales tip irreversibly in favor of the unorthodox, when invaders are forced to confront the undeniable truth that the unpredictable nature of humanity is not a liability, but a potent force of evolution. In that instant, the balance shifts. The rigidity of the alien decree falters under the weight of a resilient, adaptive spirit. Humanity, with its legacy of embracing risk and defying expectation, stands as living proof that the rules of engagement are not set in stone. The decisive advantage lies in the willingness to adapt, to improvise, and to see opportunity where others see only constraints. It is a moment of quiet triumph amid the cacophony of conflict, a moment that reaffirms the enduring truth and the grand tapestry of the cosmos. It is the unpredictable, the daring, and the innovative that ultimately forge a path to lasting legacy. In this unfolding drama, the very essence of resistance is transformed. The alien force, formidable in its adherence to order, is compelled to reckon with new reality, one where the unexpected is not merely an aberration, but a fundamental strength. Humanity's every act of defiance writes a new chapter in a saga of survival, one that redefines what it means to confront overwhelming odds. The collision of two worlds, each defined by its own rigid principles, sets the stage for a transformative clash that transcends mere conflict. It is a powerful reminder that while precision and planning are formidable tools, the ability to adapt, to think beyond the confines of established norms, is the true mark of an enduring civilization. In the end, what emerges is not just a battle won or lost, but a profound testament to the creative, unyielding spirit of a species that has never allowed the dictates of others to define its destiny. The battle reached a crescendo as the human forces, fueled by instinct and a legacy of relentless innovation, unleashed a barrage of calculated improvisations that shattered the enemy's preconceived notions of control. In that pivotal moment, every human movement became a testament to the art of adaptation. Each decision an embodiment of creative defiance against the rigidity of an enemy that had long relied on flawless precision. There was no pause, no hesitation. The momentum built as the first wave of unpredictable tactics crashed into the advancing lines with a force that was both unanticipated and transformative. Every maneuver was executed with a clear, unyielding purpose. The humans, drawing upon centuries of hard-earned lessons, shifted from defensive postures to audacious counterattacks that disrupted the enemy's synchronized operations. In the midst of chaos, where every second counted, they exploited every lapse in the enemy's regimented sequence. The calculated risk of turning defensive measures into offensive breakthroughs became their mantra. Instead of following a rigid plan, they relied on real-time ingenuity, a constant evolution of strategy dictated by the moment rather than by a predetermined blueprint. Each improvised tactic was not a random act of rebellion, but a meticulously honed response to the enemy's every calculated move. The enemy, renowned for its systematic approach, had expected a structured confrontation, a series of methodical exchanges that would eventually lead to an overwhelming show of force. They were unprepared for fluidity with which human ingenuity turned every encounter into a new battlefield. As the human forces surged forward, they employed strategies that repurposed the very environment as a weapon. The interplay between technology and raw intuition allowed them to transform obstacles into opportunities, turning debris and chaos into a shield and counterweight. This constant state of evolution on the battlefield unsettled the enemy, whose confidence in their unalterable protocols began to waver. There was a distinct moment when the tide turned, a critical juncture when a single, unforeseen maneuver cascaded into a chain reaction that destabilized the enemy's formation. With precision born of experience and an unyielding spirit, the humans intercepted a crucial command relay. This disruption sent ripples through the enemy's communication networks, leaving their soldiers disoriented and unable to synchronize their efforts. In that fleeting interval, human forces moved with a speed and clarity that defied the enemy's long-held assumptions. They did not merely react to the situation. They redefined it, turning a moment of vulnerability into a strategic advantage that resonated across the entire theater of conflict. Every exchange was marked by a relentless drive to exploit every minor inconsistency, every slight hesitation in the enemy's disciplined advance. The human fighters, far from being reckless, demonstrated an unparalleled level of coordination, a symphony of individual acts that collectively shattered the illusion of the enemy's infallible order. The critical element was adaptability. Rather than repeating previous strategies, they embraced the uncertainty of the moment, each new decision informed by the evolving dynamics of the battlefield. It was as if the very air around them pulsed with the power of spontaneous thought, an ever-changing dance that rendered the enemy's preordained plans obsolete. The turning point was not defined by a single hero or a monumental explosion, but by a series of precise, interconnected actions that cumulatively eroded the enemy's foundation of control. Each unexpected countermeasure, every subtle redirection of force, contributed to a growing momentum that could not be contained. The enemy, who had long been the epitome of order and control, found themselves ensnared by the unpredictable nature of human tactics, a relentless barrage that defied calculation and exploited the inherent weaknesses of a system built for uniformity rather than adaptability. In this relentless pursuit, the human resolve was palpable. There was an undercurrent of unyielding determination in every action taken, a commitment to not only survive, but to redefine the very parameters of engagement. Every calculated risk was a deliberate challenge to the enemy's certainty, a declaration that the strength of a civilization is not measured by adherence to rigid protocols, but by its ability to innovate under pressure. The human forces did not falter in the face of overwhelming odds. Instead, they embraced the inherent chaos of the moment, using it as fuel to propel their counteroffensive with an intensity that was both breathtaking and transformative. As the enemy's lines began to fracture, the cumulative effect of human innovation became undeniable. What had started as a series of isolated, unconventional maneuvers evolved into a coherent strategy that redefined the battlefield itself. The enemy's structured approach, once an unassailable pillar of their military doctrine, was now compromised by an enemy that operated on the principle of constant reinvention. The rapid adaptation of the human forces left no room for the enemy to regroup or to re-establish their meticulously planned formations. Every moment that passed saw further erosion of their once impenetrable order, replaced by an emerging chaos that worked to the advantage of those who thrived in unpredictability. The shift was complete when the enemy, caught off guard by the sheer force of human determination, was forced into a defensive posture. Their intricate plans, once celebrated as the pinnacle of strategic thinking, unraveled in the face of a force that was unbound by convention. In this decisive phase, human actions were not driven by the desire for simple victory, but by an intrinsic understanding that true success lay in capacity to evolve with every heartbeat. The entire conflict transformed into a living embodiment of innovation, where every forward push was a reimagining of what was possible, a tangible demonstration that even the most meticulously constructed plans can be rendered obsolete by the force of adaptive ingenuity. This metamorphosis on the battlefield marked a profound turning point in the war, a moment when the seemingly invincible enemy was brought low by the audacious spirit of humanity. The counteroffensive was not merely a reversal of fortune. It was a comprehensive redefinition of power. It became clear that the true strength of a civilization was measured not by its ability to impose order on the world, but by its willingness to embrace the chaos of the unknown and to transform it into a driving force for progress. The rapid succession of human strategies, executed with both precision and fervor, underscored a fundamental truth. In a universe that prizes predictability, the capacity for spontaneous, adaptive innovation is the ultimate weapon. In the aftermath of this pivotal shift, the battlefield bore silent testimony to the remarkable impact of human ingenuity. The enemy's once formidable presence, constructed on layers of redundant protocols and unyielding discipline, now lay scattered in disarray, a poignant reminder that true power resides in the courage to defy expectations. The echoes of every decisive action resonated far beyond the immediate conflict, marking the beginning of a new era where the unpredictable nature of humanity would forever alter the balance of power. It was a moment that underscored the essence of what it meant to be human. The relentless pursuit of progress, the unwavering commitment to innovation, and the refusal to be confined by the limitations of tradition. In that critical juncture, as the forces of order were irrevocably challenged by a spirit that thrived on the margins of certainty, the narrative of conflict took on a new meaning. The battle was no longer just a contest of strength, but profound dialogue between two fundamentally different philosophies of existence. It was a silent, unspoken acknowledgement that the power of creative defiance could reshape destiny itself, a testament to the enduring legacy of a species that had learned to harness chaos and transform it into the cornerstone of its survival. Every heartbeat, every breath of the human fighters became a rallying cry for all who dared to dream beyond the confines of imposed order. Their actions echoed across the void, a resounding affirmation that true victory is born not from the meticulous execution of plans, but from the unyielding willingness to evolve and embrace the unknown. In the silence that followed the relentless storm of conflict, a transformative calm settled over the expanse of existence. The once formidable order, meticulously engineered by an alien regime, had been irrevocably altered by the raw, unyielding force of human ingenuity. What remained of the structured civilization was a mosaic of shattered protocols and obsolete hierarchies, replaced by a newfound sense of possibility and renewal. Humanity's triumph was not merely a victory in battle. It was a redefinition of what it meant to exist, to innovate, and to adapt under the harshest conditions. The echoes of defiant action resonated far beyond the remnants of war, establishing a quiet promise that in the face of rigid determinism, the spirit of human resilience would always prevail. In the aftermath, there emerged a collective introspection. A measured pause where the lessons of chaos and the beauty of imperfection were embraced without reservation. The remnants of the alien order, once symbols of infallible precision, now stood as monuments to the limits of predictability. The transformation was subtle yet profound. It was as if the universe itself had inhaled a deep breath and shifted its axis toward a future where flexibility and creativity were valued above all else. Humanity, having danced on the edge of chaos and emerged triumphant, now looked upon its own journey with clarity and determination. There was no need for grandiose declarations or ostentatious celebrations. The victory was etched in the very fabric of being, a quiet revolution that reimagined the role of unpredictability in forging progress. This moment of reflection was not born from a sense of superiority, but from a deep understanding of the fragile balance between order and innovation. It was an acknowledgement that every rigid structure, no matter how well designed, contains within it the seeds of its own undoing if it fails to accommodate the inevitable tides of change. In this new paradigm, human resilience was celebrated not as an anomaly, but as an essential virtue, one that allowed for the continuous evolution of society. The lessons of the battle were clear. Adherence to a predetermined script could never match the dynamic power of adaptive thought, and the capacity to innovate in real time was the true measure of strength. As the dust of conflict settled, a subtle transformation took hold of communities and leaders alike. There was a renewed focus on the idea that every setback held the promise of reinvention. The scars of past confrontations became symbols of hard-won wisdom, reminders that progress was not linear, but a series of deliberate leaps into the unknown. The human spirit, once defined by its spontaneous defiance, now found expression in a deliberate pursuit of creative solutions. No longer would the conventional be accepted without challenge. Every process, every tradition, was subject to the scrutiny of a mind unafraid to question the status quo. In this reflective quietude, a collective resolve emerged, a determination to build a future that honored both the beauty of calculated planning and the unpredictable brilliance of spontaneous innovation. Within this period of calm, a pervasive understanding began to shape the conversations of those who had witnessed the transformation firsthand. There was an unspoken agreement that the lessons learned in the heat of conflict must now guide the rebuilding of society that could thrive amidst uncertainty. The new order was not a rejection of structure altogether, but rather an invitation to merge precision with flexibility, discipline with daring. It was a promise that future challenges would be met not with rigid adherence to outdated doctrines, but with an open-minded willingness to explore uncharted territories. Every decision henceforth would carry the legacy of hard-fought lessons, a commitment to harnessing the unpredictable energies that had once been seen as a liability and transforming them into a cornerstone of enduring progress. In the hearts of those who had borne witness to the battle, there emerged a quiet confidence, a conviction that the unpredictable nature of human ingenuity was not a random spark, but a deliberate, potent force for change. The narrative of survival had been rewritten, not by the imposition of new orders, but by the celebration of a spirit that refused to be confined by boundaries. This profound shift in perspective was a testament to the idea that true strength lies not in the perfection of one's design, but in the relentless pursuit of improvement through experimentation and risk. The human journey had always been marked by leaps of faith, by moments of daring that defied expectation. Now, those moments coalesce into a clear and resounding message that innovation and resilience are the bedrock upon which a vibrant future is built. The transformation was reflected in the everyday actions of communities coming together to rebuild what had been shattered. There was a shared understanding that every obstacle could be reinterpreted as an opportunity, a chance to apply the hard-earned wisdom of past trials to forge solutions that were as inventive as they were effective. The ethos of adaptability had become a guiding principle permeating every facet of life, from the smallest acts of personal reinvention to the grand designs of societal infrastructure. The legacy of defiant creativity was evident. It was an organic process, unfolding naturally as individuals and groups rediscovered the potential that lies in embracing uncertainty. In this evolving narrative, there was no room for nostalgia over a lost order. Instead, there was a collective enthusiasm for the future, driven by the belief that challenges could be met with the same ingenuity that had once upended the established order. At the core of this renewed spirit was a profound respect for the collective power of ideas. The faceless nature of the struggle, one that had never centered on individual heroics, but on the shared endeavor of a species united by its desire to overcome, became a rallying call for unity and progress. The absence of individual glorification underscored a universal truth, that the strength of a civilization is measured not by the deeds of a few, but by the cumulative creativity and resilience of many. In every whispered conversation, In every act of quiet rebellion against outdated conventions, there was an affirmation of the belief that innovation is a collective journey. This understanding fostered a culture where differences were celebrated, and the uniqueness of each contribution was recognized as essential to the whole. The legacy of the battle was not one of division, but a shared commitment to a future where every mind was empowered to shape the course of destiny. As the horizon of this new era stretched out before them, there was a palpable sense of hope, a belief that the trials of the past had paved the way for unprecedented opportunities. The transformation was ongoing, a continuous evolution where every setback was met with the promise of reinvention. It was a future where challenges would be faced not with trepidation, but with the bold confidence of a people who had learned that the unpredictable is not to be feared, but embraced. The narrative that had once been defined by conflict was now giving way to a story of renewal, a story in which the indomitable spirit of humanity would continue to rise, time and time again, against all odds. In this emerging era, the message was unequivocal and clear. Humanity thrives by daring to question, to innovate, and to see beyond the confines of the known. The unyielding pursuit of progress, tempered by the wisdom of past trials, would serve as the guiding light for generations to come. It was a future defined by the harmony of calculated discipline and the wild beauty of spontaneous creativity, a future where the very act of adapting was celebrated as a fundamental strength. Every challenge on the horizon was met with the assurance that no matter how formidable the obstacle, the spirit of innovation would always light the way forward. In the quiet reverence of that moment, as the universe slowly shifted towards this new paradigm, the enduring legacy of human defiance was clearly visible. It was not a legacy built on conquest or the imposition of order, but on the resilient, ever-evolving power of a people determined to transform adversity into a catalyst for growth. This was a truth that would define the future. That true progress lies in the willingness to embrace the unknown, to challenge the inevitable, and to craft from the fragments of the old a foundation for something truly extraordinary. In the silent aftermath of chaos, the promise of a brighter, more dynamic tomorrow was born, a testament to the enduring, unquenchable light of the human spirit.